When installing minor structures, we use excavation to get a level ground surface. This video explains the excavation steps for a flat slab with no falls.
The other vehicles will have first aid and the plant's got first aid. Some of the hazards for today will be moving plant. We're outside of the rail corridor today.
The first step is always to make sure you complete and understand all safety requirements for the work. Next, find the measurements for the excavation's length and width on the approved for construction drawing. Add 300 mm to the length and width to allow for formwork. The next step is to mark the exact location and depth of all the underground services on the ground. To do this, locate the underground services on the Dial Before You Dig, Detailed Site Survey and signage. Then mark the ground to show the exact location and depth of all the underground services. When you know the location and depth of the underground services, you can start removing the vegetation and topsoil. Stockpile the topsoil for reuse as backfill. Measure and mark the excavation's length and width on the ground. Next, you need to find the excavation depth. To do this, find the finished level marking on the set-out peg. Attach a string line at the finished level marking. Place a spirit level on the string line. Move the string line up or down until the bubble is in the middle of the two markers on the spirit level. Measure from the string line to the ground. Subtract the measurement from the number on the set-out peg to get the excavation depth. You may need to repeat this process a few times, as ground surfaces are usually uneven. When you excavate uneven surfaces, some areas will need more excavation than others. Write the excavation depth on the ground. When you know the excavation length, width and depth, you can start excavating. Measure the depth when you think you have reached the depth recorded on the ground. To do this, measure from the string line to the ground. When you know the depth is correct depth, you can start trimming. To do this, check for and remove organic matter such as large rocks, boulders, vegetation or tree roots. Then, remove any bumps or dips that look more than 25 mm above or below the surface level. When you have a level ground surface, place controls to minimise water entering the excavation. Finally, place controls to protect and warn workers and the public.